Matoro, you can't do this. What if you don't survive? I'm not going to survive, but that's okay, because it means that the Great Spirit will live and I'll send all of you back, but not your crab. For some. Fuck you, your beloved pet stays at the bottom of the ocean forever. Ah, that's mean of you, Matoro, but I understand. I have to learn to let go of the ones I love. It's a microcosm metaphor.
Let's go do the brown one.
The brown note.
Avak's Stronghold.
Welcome back, everyone.
I do remember the boss music for Avak is particularly popular.
Oh.
Well, if it can top what we've heard so far, I'm down.
Assuming that we can hear it that well.
Oh, we probably will.
Yeah.
It's high enough. Damn.
More sluggies.
In you go. Pilot the Ava.
So is this the stone element?
Yes.
Okay.
But like I said, he's their engineer, weapons designer guy.
Right.
So that's also like factory foundry stuff. At least DS one is. I don't know about.
Don't think we need a nuke. Crates.
You'd be wrong.
I would. Okay. Yeah, music's still bopping.
Yep. We're already off to a good start.
Yeah.
It's crazy how simple this game is. It's just all fucking working.
It's focusing on what it has, and it's doing a good job with it.
It has bonkles.
I think I'm gonna spend most of tomorrow Xenoblade grinding. I'm gonna mute that shit and just have the Bionicle Heroes soundtrack playing in the background.
So what are you grinding Xenoblade for?
Doing side quests, getting gear. Just like, I'm not specifically grinding for levels, but as a byproduct of doing all this side content, I end up fairly good
Stuff
for
that wouldn't be
levels.
fun to watch in a Let's Play, but are good when you're just playing the game normally.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
One of the main things is one of the human colonies is like completely destroyed when you find it. So you have once you've progressed to a certain point in the story, you have to help rebuild it, and that requires a lot of going around finding materials, coming back, and there's a lot of useful stuff you can get from building it back up, so it's worth it.
Okay.
I can't wait to play Xenoblade Chronicles. I have 4 games to get through before it, so I'm playing all the Xeno games.
What are you playing at the moment?
At the moment, I am nowhere near starting that series.
Oh, you mean on the channel?
No, not even on the channel. Just when I play them.
You're just playing Quake at the moment, right?
Yeah. But then when I finish Quake, I'm going to do Doom. All the Doom games. I have finished them before, but I have not finished them on Ultra Nightmare,
Fair enough.
which is the Nightmare equivalent. Sorry, Ultra Violence, not Ultra Nightmare. Whoa. No, so when I play the Xenoblade games, I'm going to start with the original. Xeno.
Saga? Is that the original one?
No. The Xenosaga was the PS2 one. Xenogears.
That's it.
So I'm going to play Xenogears first, and then the company that made that game, well, the team that made that game left Square Enix, joined Bandai Namco, and with Bandai Namco they made the Xenosaga games.
Was they Monolith Soft at the time? Or was that not until Blade?
They might be Monolith Soft at that point. Then once they finish that series, they eventually get bought out by Nintendo and make Xenoblade Chronicles. So I just want to play all those games, even though they aren't connected at all.
You say that, but well.
I mean, like Gears.
Oh yeah,
Saga
Gears.
and Chronicles.
Well,
Blade.
there's a couple of things. I know some of the like special is the blades in 2, they sort of work on like a gacha system where if you're lucky you'll get like special unique designs with backstories and stuff.
and at least one of them is Cosmos from Xenogears, I think is the one she's from.
I'm not too sure.
I don't know anything about any Xeno games that aren't played.
It's alright, I'll
Even
be
then,
able to tell you.
I know
when
very
get to
little
it.
about Xenoblade X.
Yeah,
Because I never owned a Wii U, so...
I have that one. But
I would
have
like
a
to
Wii U.
check it out one day, but...
You can join me when I get to it.
Oh.
No guarantees on that being anytime soon,
Yeah.
however.
I like video games.
My problem is there's a million games, and I'm gonna play all of them.
Video games, I'm gonna
be
play
the
all.
first one to play them all.
What's that from again?
Phantom Menace.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Has anyone ever been to all of them? Not likely.
I love Qui-Gon, honestly.
He's a good character.
Yeah.
It's just a shame he's in a terrible movie.
He's very sassy. People miss that. He fucking destroys Jar Jar when he wants to.
Misa called Jar Jar Binks. Misa, your humble servant.
That won't be necessary.
So much of the prequels can just be boiled down to it's good, too bad it's in a bad movie.
The overall story is the best Star Wars has.
Yeah. There's a really good Quentin Reviews video where he's talking about how thematically interesting and good the prequels are. Because it could have been so easy to have, like, the Empire be an invading force that comes in and takes over the Republic. But it's way more interesting, and particularly given the political climate at the time that they came out, to have the Republic turn into the Empire.
Yeah, 100%.
Not to turn this into another Star Wars series. Tread all
Well,
ground, but that's entirely what the sequels were missing, was some new political element.
I wouldn't say they're missing it, they just never go far enough with it.
They just do the same again.
At the very least, like, I think Force Awakens kind of has, like, the First Order are the Empire again in the way that current political climate is very much going back towards, like,
Reagan.
fucking fascism and, like, the alt-right and Nazis and stuff.
Yeah.
They just never do anything particularly interesting with it in the films. which
They
is a
never
shame.
really addressed it outside of that. Not like old Star Wars movies really addressed its politics all that much, but
Yeah,
you didn't
but,
have to
like-
look very far to see it.
Yeah, it was still a lot more evident beyond the surface level.
I think that's incidental though, because you could just read it as Force Awakens is just doing A New Hope again, and by association, you can make that connection that neo-Nazis are just doing Nazis again.
I mean, in a broader sense, I would say yeah, but I think specifically having Kylo Ren be like this fanatical devotee to
Yeah.
the legacy of Vader.
Just him
Kind-
though.
Yeah, it's definitely
Yeah,
the point
no,
of
like
Kylo.
it. Like I said, it's not done as clearly as it could be,
No.
but
Your counterpoint is that it's there, where I'm saying it's not.
yeah, like it's kind of like the same problem that modern Star Trek has, where it's like.
Here, another hellhole for us to get into.
Yeah. Well, like, in the most recent season of Picard, for example, there's like a whole subplot where they go back to almost modern day. It's like 2024.
Yeah.
And the Hispanic captain gets caught by ICE. And they go through that whole thing. But really, they don't ever say anything more than just like, ICE is bad. Like, yes, do you have something to say about that, Star Trek? ICE is bad.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, if it had been a fucking TNG episode or something, like, they would have actually focused on that and unpacked it and everything.
Mhm.
But then you don't have an opportunity for Patrick Stewart to stroke his dick, so...
I like TV shows.
A little bit of hero mode.
As a treat.
We've been good boys this year.
Can't even get down here. Well, my money is down there.
Did you just misgender yourself?
Boys is a general neutral term.
Hadley, stop being transphobic to Hadley.
I think I'm allowed to say it though.
Just picking up on shit that I say.
Yeah, a little bit, aren't I?
Yeah. We can have a little bit of slurs as a treat.
Hooky. Alright, back to it.
Told you it was a sniper snipe.
Where did you shoot?
Yeah, good question.
I don't see anything.
There's so much... What is this, a gun in Overwatch 2? There's so much bloom everywhere.
Overwatch 2 takes place 6
6
hours
hours
after Overwatch 1.
That was my favorite tweet.
Do it the... Yes, triangle, thank you.
Just do L1 and R1, bro.
Oh, it's because I'm standing in the lava.
Yeah, that's probably it.
Ah, tricky.
Is Jared starting to hate the game?
No. No, it makes sense when you think about it. I can't change while I'm standing in the thing that would immediately kill me.
We've graduated from puzzles aimed at 6-year-olds to puzzles aimed at 8-year-olds, and Jared's starting to struggle.
Please don't make fun of me in the chat. It's really embarrassing for you, sweetie.
I got a notification from the Transformers Facebook page that says, check out the new cinematic trailer for the second ... I'm like, are we finally getting a Rise of the Beasts trailer? And no, it's a fucking mobile game crossover thing, so...
Yay! Did you guys watch that Shrek clip from the new Mike Myers show?
Yeah.
That was fucking weird, right?
That seemed pretty normal to me.
Aye.
Shrek was taking his normal pills that day.
I don't know what to make of that show.
Oh, it's gotten terrible reviews.
I've seen the trailer on Netflix and that clip, and based on that alone, I'm like, I don't know what emotions I should be feeling right now.
It's got a weird concept too. It's like a reporter going through time, I think.
Isn't it like an Illuminati?
Yeah.
He's like infiltrating the Illuminati, but also there's time travel happening?
Yes.
I'm pretty sick of the Illuminati after Doctor Strange.
Well, it's not literally the Illuminati, but it's basically...
Yeah.
Might as well be the Illuminati.
I'm sick of the word.
Okay. Man, you should read Angels and Demons by Dan Brown.
You know what? I don't think I will. Yeah,
I feel like there's more lava in this level than there was in some of the fucking volcano levels.
Yeah,
I was thinking
absolutely.
that. It's interesting.
So I am noticing there was
5 out of 5.
there was a bit of a different way to... Even different. Some levels have been unlocked later than others, so that means they can still have their difficulty increase.
That's true.
So that's what we're starting to see now, and I think that's good.
Well, I'm trying to remember the order they were unlocked in.
This is from the second wave of unlocks, but it's not.
I think it might have been the first. Because first is blue one, and then I'm pretty sure it was white one and brown one. Then the black one, then the red one, then the green one.
I don't think green one was the last one.
I'd just like to
It was.
point out,
It was?
I know all their names.
Right.
So-
You just can't see past color.
No,
It's
you,
for our
I
sakes.
know that you can't see past color. That's the problem.
Sorry, I forgot for a second.
No, but the brown one and the black one are actually the black one and the brown one, so I think we can.
Checkpoint. That's right, there's gonna be a boss fight this level. Can I just get this done?
Oh yeah, this is still the first level, isn't it?
It's fucking long. Surely this will be the end now. Now that we've said, wow, this is a long level, it's going to end.
Yeah. You're gonna turn the corner and that Rakshi's just gonna deck you right in the face.
What does that yellow light mean again? Hero mode thing?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say yes and stop.
The pulsing one on the minimap?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's your pile of gold shit to do in hero mode.
very good.
120k. Now we're talking.
That's enough to buy some toys for our pet Paraka.
I think about all the omnibuses I can buy with that hand.
I shouldn't think about that. It's horrifying.
Think about that.
Jared just had his entire Dragon Ball Z manga set coming.
Yes. It's fucking huge.
Oh, here we go. This is the boss if I've ever seen one.
And once I pick that box set up, I will have every volume of Dragon Ball related manga. Sorry, except for Nico Majin Z, which has not been released in English.
Now this looks like ice shit.
This is like the coolant room for the factory. Sleeting, that's your job to point out what the lore is.
I don't know what the lore is of the video game I've never played that is non-canon and has no bearing on the lore.
Oh, it's somebody who knows nothing about Bionicles does.
Is the crying child in the golden canisters?
Yes.
Good.
You know what's in the third bonus level, don't you?
Afton? Not William Afton?
No, it's Michael.
Okay. They finally said enough of William Afton and they just made him Michael.
Yeah. We can have Michael Afton as a tree.
I thought you said as a tree.
He is a tree. Gregory, I am a tree. Let's not forget that Glamrock Freddy is meant to be Michael Afton some fucking how. I love that the entire community just said MatPat is probably right, and that sucks because it's stupid.
Well, the evidence is pretty tight.
Honestly, at a certain point, I think the people in charge are just going to be like, yeah, they'll like, okay, we'll just put this out with no plan. We'll see what MatPat makes of it.
Oh, I'm
We'll
pretty
just-
sure
we'll
they
just roll with it.
Sleeting that with Five Nights at Freddy's 2. Like, literally no fucking joke, that's what happened.
What was it exactly that happened?
What do you mean?
Like, MatPat's theory on FNAF 2 was that Purple Guy was Phone Guy, right?
Yeah, I think that's the one thing they didn't do. But I think I've watched so many of MatPat's FNAF videos, and the FNAF 2 one is literally his second one. So it's like, I don't fucking remember what he said.
I'm pretty sure it's just that Purple Guy's Phone Guy.
That's not the only part. I think he also started figuring out who some of the children were and inside which animatronic
Right.
worked the first game into it. He decided that it was a prequel.
Well, the paycheck that said it was 1987 did that.
It didn't say though. You had to figure out the
pay rate?
The pay rate, yeah.
Okay, fair enough. See, I thought it said the year on the paycheck on night 6, but not night 5. I thought that was what happened.
That might be it.
So, is Scott Cawthon actually still attached to the thing in any capacity?
No, I think just as a producer.
They can still get paid for it.
Yeah.
That's a shame.
Yeah.
But like he doesn't do any of the writing anymore?
Oh god, no.
It's still too soon to have really felt that absence, but
Yeah.
yeah. Apparently the movie is still fucking going on as well.
Yeah. I think Scott's just not happy with the script.
He's rewritten that script 12 times.
Yeah.
He made a blog post where he spoke about all the different ones, and then he was speaking about the one that he finally settled on, which was just doing the plot of FNAF 4. And then, shortly after he made that blog post, he scrapped that version of the script.
Lost is 500,000. We're getting there though.
Yeah. It is going to take me a while to grind up the money for it. But luckily I can do that while I'm collecting all the other canisters that we've missed.
Yeah.
Jared has committed to getting 100%.
I want to do those secret levels. I'm enjoying the game.
Okay, but like, if we're doing 100%, you have to remember, we have to also redo the levels we're going to play next time, because there's the stuff that we can only get if we unlock the villain of that level.
Yep.
I will say, I think there is a lot of uniformity in the designs of the figures, but part of it is also probably going to be like, it's going to be easier to model the same thing and just change the colors and the head shape.
Yeah.
Because I know all the models all have those big two-toed feet,
Yeah.
but only 3 of them have those in the actual figures, and the other 3 have these like 3-toed claws instead.
Right.
Plus, they've all got unique weapons and stuff. It wasn't really until the next year that they really went for Nah, everything's got its own unique, weird body type.
Crazy how quickly it evolved, by the sense of it.
Well, actually, in the initial line, like they all more or less used the same base body shapes, but like there were differences. Like Pahatu famously, his torso is upside down so that the gear function can be for his legs, so he can do a kick instead of wave his sword arm around or whatever. But they're still mostly like the same kit of pieces. And then in 2007, when you go to the underwater world, there's like all kinds of weird shit because the villains are all mutated fish monsters. So there's a squid guy, a crab guy, a shark guy, an eel guy, a mantis guy, and a manta ray guy.
Eva. What's that?
What?
In the mini-map.
The yellow looks like
Your mom.
some sort of energy electric field wall thing.
I'm excited.
Let's have a
for
look.
that. It's this.
It's that.
Incredible.
Oh. It was lots of little arrows
Okay.
overlaid on top of each other that made look like a weird squiggle.
I thought it was a lightning bolt.
Yeah. Also, I remember the DS game had a bit more enemy variety. Because so far it's basically just been Borok, Vizorak, and Vaki, and that's it.
Yeah, there hasn't been a lot of variety.
And we may see them later in like that final area or something, maybe. But the DS game had a lot of the original, like first year Rahi monsters. So they're like big scorpions, big dragonflies, big fucking tigers and bull things.
Yeah.
Something I liked in the Simpsons game that we never got to, in the final level, it's heaven.
Yeah.
And all of the enemies are enemies from previous levels that you've killed. That was really nice.
I also remember one of the stage hazards in the heaven levels were the dogs with bees in their mouth, and when they bark, they shoot bees at you.
They must have been not on the PS2 version. 'cause
It was
I
in
don't
the
remember
DS version.
that. Oh, there you go. There you go. Yeah, DS version's
Because
different.
it was a 2D side scroller, so
Yeah.
they'd just be like, it'd be like little. They're essentially bullet bills.
Laser grid deactivated.
Here
What
goes. Holly's always the last one we get, I've noticed.
So they know she's too powerful.
No one can avoid her piss. No one dodges my
Actually,
emerald splash.
Actually, the in-canon reason that water, electric, and psionic, or at least maybe just psionic, but I remember, I think it's just psionic, is that the original Toa of that element was male, but he ended up like fucking killing a bunch of people with collateral damage once. So the Great Beings were like, they're all girls from now on because girls are less hot-headed.
Right.
Which is weird because there's been a lot of female characters in Bionicle that are not your cool, calm, and collected.
I think as soon as you start trying to justify gender segregation, you're in for a bad time.
Especially when you're so adamant that sex is not a thing.
Yeah. That is weird. It's like sex isn't a thing, but biological sex is? What's the point?
Well, like I like the way Transformers handles it because it's like, well, biological sex isn't a thing, reproductive, like that's not a thing. It's purely gender expression. And the reason that there's it's so much more predominantly male is just that on most of the time it's that Cybertron, everyone's just like, oh, we can have other genders? That literally never occurred to us. Like there's a lot of different varying Transformers continuities, but a lot of them are like female Autobots. I
Right.
thought they were extinct.
Interesting.
Where it's just like, oh, you can just be a girl if you want to. And then when they find out, they're like, Oh fuck, we can? Sweet, awesome.
And I need you to say it for me this time.
What am I gonna do?
You're gonna say it for me this time.
Okay.
No.
It's on rails?
No.
Yeah, I don't know, I'm sorry.
Well, it hasn't. So it's okay.
Okay.
You gotta say it for me.
Piss!
Close.
I'm gonna piss on you.
Get pissed on.
Yeah, okay.
Tell me.
I haven't been paying attention, to be perfectly honest with you. Still trying to wrap my head around transformed genders.
What is the transform agenda?
The transformer gender. It was funny, I was reading an article in between recordings. Speaking of really dumb takes on movies, Shrek the Third, someone was complaining that the ugly stepsister voiced by Larry King was promoting transgenderism to children.
What?
Is there anything that I can help you with? Because that's basically it.
Yeah.
Well, what about the character in Shrek 2?
Yeah, well, I think because
Well,
she's in
at the
Shrek 2.
very least they were like,
Oh, yeah, same
oh
character.
well,
Yeah.
well she's in Shrek 3 more.
Yeah, she's a main character in that, basically.
Yeah.
She helps out Fiona. In 2, she's kind of just there.
Well, and the other ugly stepsister is in 3 as well.
Yeah, yeah.
Who voices her?
I looked it up. It was Regis Philbin.
Okay.
Yeah. I found
Yeah,
out it
that
was
makes
Larry
sense.
David very recently. I found that very funny. No, it was Larry King,
Larry
sorry.
David.
My brain. It's been a long day. We've been playing Bionicles for a while.
Yeah.
We started like 2:30. We're going for 7 hours.
Yeah.
We're just having that much fun.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, we are.
We did stop to have dinner and watch a Red Dwarf in the
Yeah.
middle there, though.
Red Dwarf, good.
Two very brief interludes in the grand scheme of things, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a door.
Let's lead through it.
Who would dare interrupt my gameplay with a cutscene? Haven't you played Half-Life?
I have.
Cutscenes are a failure of game design.
You know what I've been meaning to say to people?
Yeah.
Quake 4, I can really feel that Half-Life came out. It was one of those few times I can really feel the impact Half-Life had on games. I got to the scene from Quake 4, the strugglification scene.
Yeah.
You have no idea what that means, Hazley.
No.
So in Quake 2, which Quake 4 is a sequel to, humanity is at war with an alien species that is basically just the Borg. It's called the Struggle.
They
Right.
say Kishy Blair.
So they take humans, they add flesh and they add machines to their flesh. They brainwash them. Now you're part of the Strog army. So Quake 4, halfway through, you get caught by one of the bosses, and you have to go through the full strugification.
So
You're getting your limbs cut off.
You're on the conveyor belt in first person watching them cut all your shit off and put all the robot bits on.
That actually does sound familiar.
It's pretty fucking good. They've got a person on the conveyor belt ahead of you, so you see everything that's going to happen to you first, and then there's nothing you can do, and you just have to sit through it. But then after that, they increase your health and your movement speed, because your marine buddies pull you out before you can get the brainwash activated.
Oh, nice.
It reminds me of how in Wolfenstein: The New Colossus, you spend like the first half of the game with 50 max health, but 200 max armor because you're in the power suit that's dealing with the fact that you're crippled. But then your head gets cut off and you get a new body, and you go back to 100.
Yeah. I never finished that one, because I was doing all the side quest shit, and it was really boring. That's on me for doing the side quest shit.
Yeah. I don't think I ever touched that stuff.
Smart, because it's really fucking boring.
I wanted to finish Youngblood, but it became very apparent very quickly that it was like, no, you have to you can't beeline the story in this because there's a leveling aspect to it.
Yeah, Youngblood bad. I have not touched that one.
I played it for about an hour, realized I wouldn't be able to do it super quickly, and then just watched all the cutscenes.
Yeah, done. They allude to Doom in that one, right?
Maybe.
Because they talk about multiple universes.
I don't remember. I remember at the end when they find BJ, he's like, after I killed Hitler, it turns out he had like this final weapon of like, just like, fuck everyone. If I can't have the world, no one can. And like, it was
That
like,
sounds like
okay,
fun.
that might be the plot of Wolfenstein 3 if that's a thing that happens, I guess?
Yeah. They probably are working on it, honestly.
Probably. Who's doing those ones again?
Machine Games.
That's it.
They are good.
I just realized I'm gonna have to cut out those black bars in post.
What black bars?
You don't see them? Like on the outside?
Yeah, there's there's a border around the whole thing.
Yeah.
It's like that on all of our recordings.
Yeah, it is. I did miss that.
So you don't have to cut out the bars, just zoom in a bit.
Yeah. What would cutting out entail? Is that not what I was gonna do?
When you say cut out the black bars, my brain goes, so like letterboxing or like in 4x3 or something like that.
Oh, okay.
Instead of there's a border around the whole thing.
You know how The Evil Within eventually got an update to remove the letterboxing? I'd simply refuse. I really liked the letterboxing when I played it the first time.
Why?
I enjoyed the visual aspect of it. I thought it was interesting and fun. Added a bit more atmosphere to the game.
Okay.
The complete opposite of what everybody else said.
Have you seen those screenshots from when Malcolm in the Middle got put on Netflix and was shown in widescreen instead of 4x3, which was never supposed to? And there's a bunch of scenes where you can just very clearly see that the kid sitting next to Malcolm is a Dewey stand-in and not the actual actor. Or like there'll be a shot where it's like, there's no other seats to sit, and you can see a full row of empty seats just next to him.
See, something very interesting for Cars, they had the widescreen for theaters once it came out on TV, and it had 4x3. You thought they cut stuff out. They added stuff in. Pixar went back and re-rendered a 4x3 ratio with more on the top and the bottom for a TV release.
Wow.
Yeah. All for Cars.
For Cars of all movies.
Yeah.
That's that big moneymaker, though.
It kind of is, isn't it?
Yeah, but like...
Isn't it China who loves it?
Probably. It's your
Well,
little brother.
it's because you can just make Hot Wheels and slap eyeballs on the windshield.
And there's also a
those
car...
and those sell gangbusters.
And there's a Cars in Chip and Dale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks bad. Because it's just a real car, but they've put those eyes and mouth on it instead of making it an animated car for some reason. Like, you're doing all this other animating, why not just... It's because they want the shot of the car looking normal and then you see the reveal and it's a joke, but like it's not that funny, so why are you putting that much effort into it?
I can't wait to watch this. Gold!
I love gold!
Are we referencing Austin Powers?
Yes.
How low we've come.
Austin Powers is great. Fuck yeah.
I'm the real ogre of the Brothink.
Ian Livingston.
I could see Brandon listening to this kind of music in the bathroom.
What game was Brandon coming on for?
Family
again?
Guy.
Family Guy. Perfect.
It'd be a short game too, wouldn't it?
No, it's pretty fucking long.
Nah, that's a shame.
Peter has like 3 different things that he does alone, like across multiple levels. And then there's the Brian and the Stewie levels.
Mm-hmm. They're the only playable characters, aren't they?
I think they are. Yes, Meg is only there to be tormented occasionally. What's Stewie's villain's name again? All I can think of is Wernstrom.
It's Sean Wallace?
Wallace Shawn.
Wallace Shawn, I was close.
What's the character's name? That kid's name.
Cubit? No, that's another
that's
Futurama
another-
character.
Is Cubit not his bear?
That's is that Herbert? Herb?
Rupert.
Rupert, yeah. His name, I don't know.
I'm somehow.
I feel like it does have a whir in it. I'm looking it up. Bertram. So it's not a, it's an
I was
not
gonna
a
say
whir.
it felt like it had a B in it.
And it ends in a trum. So
Wernstrom.
Wernstrom is not that far off.
Yeah.
Damn.
He's only in like 2 episodes.
He made an impact.
3.
In total,
Yeah.
he was probably only in one.
In
movie
Mission
that fucking
Impossible, Sibling Rivalry, and The Big Bang Theory.
Yeah.
Family Guy fans in the audience, I'm sure, will recognize those episodes purely off the titles.
Fans.
I had this joke. It's very dumb, but it goes: Lego's introducing a new line of ancient Greek philosophers called Bionicles. You get it?
No, we get it.
Okay, cool.
Sorry, I'm actually focusing on the game right now. See, I enjoy the game.
I'm reading about how Bertram is dead and was eaten by a T-Rex.
Family Guy's weird, but not like a cool weird.
American Dad is cool weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, I usually fuck with American Dad when it's on.
Maybe
Even though
I
it's
just-
the same fucking show.
Maybe I just don't find either of them that funny.
That's allowed.
Yeah.
They're not though, because American Dad was like Seth MacFarlane came up with the general premise and then washed his hands of it except for voice acting in it.
Yeah.
Like initially, it feels kind of Family Guy-ish, but it very quickly goes off in its own sort of niche.
Yeah.
Like the first episode even has cutaway gags, but then they're almost immediately gone. Even then, I think there's only like 3 or 4 in the whole episode.
Is that a low amount?
The Family Guy?
Yeah.
Probably.
Oh god, how many do they normally have?
I want to say it's like 5 minimum.
There's
at its lowest.
I
it's
feel
probably
like
5
it's like
minimum.
1 per scene. Like they usually end scenes with a "this is worse than the time."
Ah, jeez.
Level, baby.
Got the ball.
What are those that I'm collecting, sweetie?
Those are Zamospheres. They're the things they shoot from their guns.
She did say that earlier.
The reason they're green is because they're full of this stuff called antidermis, which mind controls all the Matoran that get shot with it. But you later find out that the antidermis is actually just Makuta, who's still alive but only in gas form.
Anti-Tempest, Deagle, House of Fun, we hope you're liking Season 1. It's pretty cool that it's Makuta. I didn't know he was like dead.
No, so at the end of the first movie, when he fuses with Takanuva and that body gets destroyed but Takanuva survives, everyone just assumes that Makuta's dead, but he's like, no, he's made of gas. His body was destroyed and he doesn't have a vessel to inhabit anymore, but he's still around. In the next story arc, he he possesses a prison guard robot. Who's it gonna be? Cracker, maybe?
Can't say that.
Hey, it's Cracker.
Now that's a slow.
But who then will be in the other ones? Sidorak's gonna be one of them. The Simp King who died so hard the automated resurrection machine just gave up.
Cracker looks cool.
Yeah. Him and Nadiki are secondary. villains in the second movie.
I'm definitely
He's
gonna
like
go and watch some of those fucking movies.
he's the big dumb muscle guy.
The more we talk about specifically number 2, the more I'm like, oh.
You've never seen 3 before.
3 or 4 I haven't seen. I've only seen the first 2.
4's kind of not worth it unless you really want to just know, but 3's good. Because 3 is, it's a direct sequel to 2, so it's like, it's the same characters following on, and you can tell it came out in 2005 and that Revenge of the Sith was popular.
Ooh.
So, in terms of Bionicle's media, is it just toys, video games, books, and the movies?
There's comics, and Greg Farshtey did some web serials
Right.
towards the end of the run and a bit after they were retired.
But the movies are like the big story things.
It's the books. The books are like the primary thing. If anything, Greg is annoyed that he has to fit the book story around the movies because they don't. They basically come up with what they want to do and do that.
Mm.
And then he has to be like, okay, well now I need to fit the rest of the lore in around that stuff. It's like, particularly the Bionicle Adventures books, which is it's 10 books that take place over the course of all the stuff that they do in the second and third movie. And only 2 of those books are direct adaptations of the films. Everything else is like in between these 2 movies, or even in between these 2 scenes in the movies, like 3 books happened. Like they turn into Toa and they have to go on this whole other fucking side quest to kill an evil plant that just doesn't show up in the movie at all. The very last book is set just after the end of the last movie. It's probably my favorite because it's
After 4 or 3?
After 3. Because it's just Vakama on his own going back to the island after they've rescued all the Matoran to be like, the Mask of Time is still down there, I gotta go get it because we can't just leave that here. And there's a bit where, because he ends up being forced to team up with Makuta for a while just to find it, and he's like, okay, we'll work together until we find the mask. Then we're gonna have a problem. When he finds it, he threatens to destroy it. He's like, this mask is so powerful, it just like, if I destroy it, I destroy time as well. So you could kill me right now, and then a minute later, I'd show up again because time has no meaning anymore.
Right.
Like, and I'll fucking do it. So you wanna call my bluff? Because like, I don't think you are gonna do it, but also it's not worth it if you do. So I'm just gonna leave you alone.
I'm gonna lie, I currently question if it's worth trying to track down all the books.
I'm trying.
Are you gonna read them?
I'm trying to do that myself.
I never said that, Hadley.
Okay. It's nice to own them. Like the Halo books.
Yeah. I do plan on reading those. There's just a lot of them, so it goes on the back burner.
Yeah.
Once you're done with Goosebumps,
Oh, that would be for a while.
you gotta replace it with another Scholastic book series, Bionicle.
I was gonna say, can I drag Hadley into reading all the Halo books with me?
No.
I reckon I can.
Like how long are they?
The Halo books are way too big
Yeah, they're
to
nice.
do like
Yeah.
a regular series.
Like Goosebumps books, I can finish them in a sitting if I want to.
Yeah, no, Halo
Yeah.
books are like proper books.
Yeah, I'm good.
They're grown-up books.
Yeah. This ain't your mother's monologue.
What about Animorphs? Would you consider that?
I haven't even touched Animorphs, but I've heard good things. One of my favorite games references Animorphs a
I
lot.
think I'd be scared to touch Animorphs.
I do remember there's a series of videos. I can't remember who it's by because I'm not subscribed to them. They just showed up in my recommendations every now and then. But he's talking about how the Animorphs books are written in a really weird way because they're episodic.
Right.
So it's like you have to start at 1 and then 2, then 3, then 4. So like, and because of the way that the Scholastic Book Fair and their release schedule and everything, all that works out, is like, it's genuinely like you're watching a new episode of a show, except it's a book.
That's interesting.
I want to talk about the time they turned the kid into a rat and left him on a rock in the middle of the ocean.
When was this?
That's in one of the books in
Right.
Animorphs. There's this kid who, I think he tries to join the Animorphs, but they all get really fucking sick and annoyed of him. And then I think he starts to do bad things, like his powers get really out of hand. So the solution was turn this kid into a fucking rat, dump him on a rock in the middle of the ocean, and just leave him there.
They can't turn him into something else. They can't control his powers.
Okay, well, something happened and he turns into a rat.
Like, at best, I guess they could trick him and be like, "Oh, you should turn into a rat right now and stay as a rat for longer than I think it's if you stay as something for longer than an hour, you get stuck as it forever." And that's why one of the guys is like technically a bird most of the time.
Right. See, I don't
'Cause
have any
he's-
context outside of this thing that I read a couple of years ago.
So yeah, one of the main guys, I think it happens fairly early on as well. Is it's like he stays as a falcon for too long and gets stuck there permanently, and he's stuck as a bird for a little while, and then eventually he gets the morphing powers back, but his default form is the bird, so he can become human again, but he has to turn back into the bird before his stuff expires, otherwise he's stuck as a human and doesn't have powers anymore.
Right. Yeah, I don't know if I want to commit to reading that one. This shit crazy.
I think Goosebumps Works has like it's a separate story,
Yeah.
and we can review them on their own terms just as a book by themselves. Cool.
Yeah, Spider-Man, that shit.
I'm still going to track down a copy of Spider-Man 2 for us.
Do we not have it? I thought we did.
I think I have 1 and 3.
Okay. All good. No rush.
Acid Rush.
I do remember playing Spider-Man 2. I got up to the final boss.
I did not get anywhere near that. I got up to Mysterio.
There was a lot of Mysterio.
Yeah, I think probably just the first time then.
Oh, yeah. I love the final confrontation with Mysterio in that game.
Yeah, I have no clue what it is. You should not tell me.
Okay, I won't.
Good.
It's kind of interesting thing about the Spider-Man games where, like, the movies don't acknowledge the games, but the games are canon with each other.
Right, so like stuff that happens in... Like if I beat up Rhino in Spider-Man 2, he talks about it in Spider-Man 3.
You could. But, like, I feel like it's implied, right? Like, you watch a Spider-Man movie, the plot of the game's not going to come into it.
Well, yeah.
If I play a game of Spider-Man 2, there probably is stuff from Spider-Man that could be canon. Like, I don't see why not.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's I guess it's kind of like the,
The Marvel shows?
No, I was going to say, the Star Wars animated shows. Like how
Oh, yeah.
Clone Wars happened, but, obviously because it hadn't happened at the time in terms of production, but like, why doesn't anyone in Revenge of the Sith talk about stuff that happened in Clone Wars? It's like, doesn't mean it didn't happen.
Well, I mean, Rise of Skywalker's got Ahsoka's voice.
That's true. And the Ghost is in Rise of Skywalker and Rogue One.
The Ghost?
The Rebel ship.
Oh, right, yeah.
It is very fun in Lego Star Wars when you're replaying levels after getting all of the stud multipliers to just start a level and instantly get True Jedi just by standing there.
It is cute. I think I found it really disappointing when I was playing the original trilogy when I 100%ed it, and my reward was a stud fountain.
Yeah,
And I was like-
I haven't 100%ed it yet either, but Skywalker Saga also gives you a stud fountain.
What's the point?
Yeah,
What's the point?
the gratification of being like, wow, look at all these stats, I guess.
They really just made a Bionicle third-person shooter.
Like, do you know the gameplay of the other one?
I've seen clips of it.
I think it's basically just like a 3D action platformer.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, this isn't a bad way to go at all.
No, not at all. It's
Combines the abilities of the Toas nicely. I think Huki gets a bit too much of the spotlight, but we can work on that.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna have to get my hands on it.
I feel like part of it might have been just that they couldn't think of a thing, like an actual unique thing to give Huki.
Yeah.
So they just gave him all of the use your ability to put shit together or open stuff or whatever.
Yeah. So I think Earth and Stone are just too similar to one another as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty hard.
They
to
kind
make a
of
meaningful distinction.
sidestep that as much as they can in the lore. Be like, oh, rock and dirt are different. There's subtle differences. Like, as much as ice and water are the same thing, at least you can be like, this one liquid, this one hard.
Yeah. Water is flaccid ice. Changed my mind.
Well, because then there's other stuff, like there's... One of the elements is magnetism, but one of the elements is iron. Which is like, what's the difference there? At the end of the day, you're controlling metal. Whether it's through magnetic fields or just you can control metal, like...
Yeah.
You're doing the same thing. Or like, you've got fire, but you've also got plasma, which is really just heating things up a lot.
Something I find interesting in X-Men lore, they have different classes of X-Men. They have like lower classes
Yeah,
for
like
these
Omega level mutants and stuff like that.
And it's not as straightforward as you would think. It's not like who has the most powerful power, but who is most powerful in regards to their power. For example, Professor X is not an Omega level mutant because he's not a particularly powerful telepath. But Iceman's an Omega level mutant because his ice powers are fucked.
Yeah, because it's essentially just like, I can control atoms.
And I find that interesting.
Yeah.
Levels the playing field a bit.
It is always fun to like have those moments of like, if you understood how to use your power more effectively, you'd be so fucking strong.
Okuyasu be like.
Actually, the first thing I think of is airbenders in Avatar.
Airbenders?
Yeah.
Oh, like they could choke people out?
Yeah, so like there's the villain in, I think it's season 3 of Korra.
Yeah.
And he just like, no more air for you.
Damn.
And suffocate someone.
That. That's cool.
Korra's a rough ride, but overall it's worth it. Season 2's pretty bad. Season 3's pretty good. Season 4 is as good as it can be with all of its production problems.
Right. And I feel like I got enough out of the world from Last Airbender, personally.
That's fair, honestly. Like, I feel like Korra's worth watching, but I'm not gonna be like, you know what, I'm not gonna like champion it and be like, no, it's this misunderstood thing you don't understand. I'm like, no, it's got a lot of problems. If you don't want to invest time in it, I get it.
Yeah, it's no Rebels. I tried bringing it up twice then, but I didn't get a chance to, so I'm gonna force it now. Misfits. Have either of you seen Misfits?
No.
I know of it, but no.
Okay, people have powers, it's wacky. What if people had powers and people were shit?
Never heard that before.
No, it never happens. One of the main characters, his whole joke is that he's an asshole and he doesn't have any powers. And then he dies at the end of season 1 and you're like, oh damn, we never found out what his power was. And then the last shot is him in a coffin alive. And he's like, my power is that I can't die!
That's cool.
It's really good.
That's cool.
He's back in season 2 and he's the best. So in the last episode of season 2, they introduced this character and his power is that he can control dairy.
Right.
This guy is so fucking powerful he can murder you by like twisting and controlling the dairy in your stomach after you drink milk. And that guy is like, the whole point of that episode ends up being this guy is so powerful that he creates a future where all of us are miserable. So they, like, a character can see the future, and the whole episode was them seeing that future. So then all of them just go to this guy's house before anything can happen, and they just fucking kill him. That was the whole episode.
Shit.
It was fucking good. And then it's like, don't watch after season 3.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, after season 2. Season 3 is meant to be fine. It's got the sausage dick guy from Game of Thrones.
Oh.
The bastard.
Ramsey Bolton.
Oh,
Yeah, Randy
Ewan Ryan?
Yeah, that's him.
You'll forgive me for not trying to say his name.
That's fine. He's in Inhumans as well.
Yes.
It's interesting because in Inhumans, the heroes are like, if you don't have superpowers, you go work in the mine as a slave, and the villain's like, that's bad, but he's the bad guy?
You mean a villain in a Marvel property has a very reasonable take on societal problems and wants to fix them by murdering babies?
Yeah, that's by the end of the show, it finds out that he's only doing that so he can get superpowers of his own. He doesn't give a shit about the cause. It's like, that's boring.
I just looked it up. I can find no information on any Avatar related stuff that isn't the live action series, so I think you must have dreamt it.
No, I definitely read something. Might have just been him talking about the new show.
It probably
No,
was.
the movie.
The whatever the Netflix.
Stop trying to
live
gaslight
action
us into thinking
No.
there's a show.
Is it just a movie, or is it giving me like the start of a series, like of movies? Or
I don't think it is a movie.
what is it?
It's just a live action TV show.
Hadley, you shut the fuck up.
Okay. I keep hearing movie from you guys, so now I don't know.
You're the only one who's saying movie.
Okay.
When first time you said movie, I genuinely thought you were getting confused with James Cameron Blue Cat People Avatar.
Yeah, I'd never think about that movie.
You know, a real hero we're thinking about Avatar.
There is The Dragon Prince, the Netflix show that's made by, or at least co-made by one of the Avatar creators. That's been a while since season 3 came out, but
Nukem.
4 is supposed to be coming.
That'll do.
That show's good. I like that show.
I remember when it came out, everybody was like, wow, Dragon Prince. And this is the first I've heard of it since.
Didn't talk to me enough, I guess.
I watched Heroes the first season. I was like, this was really good, and I heard nothing good about anything else, so I didn't watch anything. And then I watched the
revival.
The
It was
revival
like
show.
a new
Yeah.
show.
and I could follow it just fine. Like, nothing was confusing, even though I hadn't watched like 4 seasons of the original show. It was interesting. But I really like the first season of Heroes. And I wish more shows were like that.
I don't think I've finished the first season, but I remember ages ago I watched probably at least the first half with my family. And we just kind of stopped.
I really like the villain. Do you know much about the villain in Heroes?
Heroes, nothing.
He's played by Zachary Quinto,
Yeah.
which is Spock. His power is he can understand systems. Like, he'll look at a watch and he'll know exactly how it works. And he steals people's powers by breaking open their skull, looking at their brains, and just getting how they work. So he can just take their powers. That's really cool.
Look at that!
Fucking kaboom.
No, this is different. It's not the ceiling collapsing this time, it's the floor. Fuck off. Hadley, say it.
Fuck off.
No, say it.
Get pissed on.
Yes, get pissed on.
I remembered it.
Yeah. He learns.
Your overuse of the weapon is making me need to pee.
Yeah, me too.
I'm so sorry, I'm using the good weapon. Wow, I'm getting pissed on. Leave me alone.
The pisser has become the piss.
You gotta shoot, Jared.
Today is Friday.
He's red. You're ignoring me.
I have quite a few enemies in front of me.
Okay. Now nuke him. Do it.
Alright. Somebody else shot him.
We'll never get to nuke a boss, will we? Maybe next time.
Yeah. So what's the reason for collecting all the masks? What do we get out of it?
I think that's just a video games thing. Because for one thing, those aren't masks. That's just their heads.
Just the head.
You can put them on walls like a trophy.
Yeah.
There's a couple of exceptions, but generally speaking, the only things that
That's
actually
quick.
wear masks are Matoran, Toa, and Taraga.
Hmm.
And Makuta.
2 more to go. So which 2 do we leave? Green and...
Black and green.
Yes, that's right.
I say leave green for last, because he's the leader.
Done. Easy. Can I buy shit?
Probably. Can you buy the shit you want to buy?
Yes!
Let's get it.
This is the problem.
Okay, maybe I will.
After all my nuts, why shouldn't I visit the purple? You don't have a lot of grinding to do then if it's only just those 2.
Yeah. Well, I want to buy all the Parakas as well.
What are you going to do with them?
Well, we'll just have
Yeah,
to walk around and look at
Yeah,
them.
you buy...
Okay.
It's literally just like, watch them do a funny thing.
Yeah.
Fair
That
enough.
sounds like fun. We can have fun watching them do a funny
We
thing.
can have fun.
We're allowed.
This is the
Okay.
first game you've ever had fun playing. We need to wring every last drop out of it.
Okay, I think this is a good place to end, staring at a blank cave.
Yep. Hang on, I can go one better. The fuck is it's because nighttime's kicking in.
Oh,
Yeah.
fucking hell. Beautiful.
Yeah, look at that.
Good night, everyone. Oh, yes!
Sunrise.
Sensei.
Yeah, the sun's too hot.
Is
Let's
this
take it out.
the little
Yeah.
bong
I wanna
I
cool it down.
carry?
There's no sun. Sleeting, what is the law significance of there not being a sun?
You're inside a giant robot. You can't actually see the sky.
Inside?
Yeah.
There's a day and night cycle inside a giant robot.
Yeah.
There's the sun. Sleeting, you fucking lied to me.
Where?
Sun there. That's it there. This big blinding thing right there.
That's
That's
the
a
cloud.
cloud.
No, the sun's behind the cloud.
No, but they all look
at-
like that.
yeah.
No, but this is like the brightest
Is there a sun
spot.
behind every cloud?
No, that's the brightest spot. Look, it's not as bright when I look at this
No,
one.
I think they're the same.
They're both the same. That one's just bigger.
Whatever.
Oh, look, there's the sun.
I'm going for the sun. Leave me alone. I can't.
I think the game developers just paid too much attention to the lore. They knew there was no sun.
Those bastards. They paid all this attention, yet it's still not canon. Bro, you're a green dot. How's that make you feel? Oh yeah, I'm talking to you. Wait, he's running.
You can't hide from us.
It's terrifying.
Yeah.
That's fucking horrifying. It's the sun.
We found it.
Ah.
This is a nice beach.
It is. Shame about no sun.
No, look, it's right there. Look at that. Look at that.
I'm sure
I
it
shot
is.
the sun. There.
Hey, look at that. That's very nice.
49%.
That's very nice. Should we dare go that extra mile?
That extra 1%.
I don't know what we could do to get
I
that.
could just buy one of the playgrounds.
Yeah,
That would probably be a 1%, yeah.
yeah, let's do that. Why not? Good place to end.
We treat ourselves. You move too slow. Get the fuck out of my way. Fucking had enough of this.
I thought you liked this game.
Shut up. No, those fucking assholes.
Okay.
They're fucking judging me. You know, tell me there's no sun here. I'm delusional.
You're crazy. There's no sun. We're not gaslighting you.
We have the sun at home.
You can afford any one of them.
Maybe we should find out why
Maybe-
the exercise equipment's so expensive.
I wanna see the sandcastle.
Alright, let's do
I
it.
think sense art.
You can probably get like another 2 that are like in the 30 zone. That's only 49%.
Buy some more. Where are they? Oh, here?
They're going to be on the beach.
Yeah.
That's going
So
to be
they'll appear in those little pen areas.
that is really cute. I thought they were just cutscenes.
No, that'll just be
Oh,
the
they'll
things
be.
that are happening.
I'm pretty sure you'll like go up to them. Yeah, there we go. So we've. Now we can build them.
Excuse me, sir.
I don't know if
Do
there's-
something.
I don't know if there's something you have to do to like activate the cutscenes or something, or if they'll just like ambient walk over to them and stuff.
No, that's it.
Well,
They just exist.
You
the
might
game
have.
can't be
You
perfect.
might have to get everything or some shit. I don't know.
That'd be dumb.
Maybe they can walk over and start interacting with them now that I've... Go on, do something funny, guys.
What does that do?
Maybe it calls them over. Oh yeah, there you go. So they've got little horns. One of them will come over and do the thing. Shame it's at night, but
Yeah, sunbather at night, let's go.
There is no sun.
This really doesn't mesh with the law.
Well done.
I was gonna say, at which point does it get shat on?
The cutscene's got a day and night cycle.
It's happening in real time.
Yeah. Very cute.
okay. So honk the horn at the sandcastle.
Go on.
Doc, get in.
Oh, I was in his way.
Look at his little smile.
So happy.
Whee. Bonk.
Beautiful. It takes up so much room. It's just that. Alright, let's take
Whee.
it.
My
Boy,
turn,
you
my
can't
turn.
wait.
Oh Lord, he coming.
I'm free, mommy, I'm free. We never saw him again.
What's the matter with you, kid? You told me the stream was shadow.
Hey.
There we go.
That was beautiful. Show that percentage. Yes!
Hooray!
50%.
Halfway done.
Look, I saw Thok build a sandcastle. I had a good time.
Just taking a look.
Take a little peek.
Little desert. This area looks fucking mad.
About the lighting.
Oh, that's fucking horrifying.
That's fucking ominous.
Jesus Christ.
We'll be taking that on next time.
Oh, goodbye.
Not brave enough today.
Beat all of those, and then probably the center thing here will
Yeah,
open up.
that'll turn into like a teleport.
Yeah, it'd be like press X to go to end game, and then we go kick. Doo-doo-doo-doo.
Oh no, wait! It's Vizon's face is on the floor there.
Oh, there we go. Is that the big bad?
Yeah, that's the guy on the spider.
Right.
Nice. Makes sense. Yeah, not too much
You're
left to
walking
go.
all over him all game. Alright, easy as. Good shit.
Until next time, I guess.
And the libs have lost majority.
You.
Huzzah.
Good way to end the video.
Thanks for watching, and remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and donate to the Bionicle Patreon.
I'm Tahu, and I just wanted to say, I'm gonna let you finish, but I think that Style Blood is the best YouTube channel ever. They're better than better, and off the cuff, and sweet speech and everything. They're the best, and I'm Tahu. I'm a Bionicle.